me. We live. Hey everybody. I am so excited for us to have our second
episode.
I'm Wit.
And I'm Misha.
That.
We're Wit and Mish.
Bond so tight, for you I'll fight. I always got your back and that's no lie. And in the end, we care and we share. Family love until the end of time. This is how we flow. Oh, how we flow. How we flow. Oh, how we flow, flow, flow.
So what we talking about, Mish?
Today, I think we're going to touch a little bit on how we met, because that was one of the questions from our viewers for last week's episode.
Yep.
And then we're going to go into how we raised, how we met turned into raising children and blending our families.
Yeah. So how do we meet, Mish?
Oh, nope. You got it.
I got it. Oh, that's messed up. Well, I met you on that fateful day in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
At the library. That was when I was a manager. I had my own kid rap group, 2C. They're all grown men now. Shout out to Aaron, Mario, Marquel, and Najee.
Hey, boys.
Hey, boys. I was there managing, doing my manager thing. And I met a couple people, and we were going to go back to his studio. And I didn't know how to get there. I really didn't know anything about Norview. What did you do to yourself?
I just wiped my eyebrow off, y'all, but we're going to continue. Don't stop it.
I didn't know how to get there. I really didn't know too much about Norview area. So she was driving a van, and, you know, out comes this, like, angelic creature, right? And she's, like, giving me directions, and I can't even pay attention for real because I'm just looking at her smile. And then I followed you back to the studio. The funny thing is, and I don't know if the boys remember, but like when I got like back into the car, I told them, I was like, yo, I'm gonna marry that one. Ain't that funny? So that, yeah, I actually said that to them, and I was like, yo, she's banging, yo. And yeah. So that's how we very, very first met, but we were both in other relationships.
Yeah. And we'll touch on that on a future episode.
Yeah.
A whole big stuff, and before those people started coming and trying to blow our cover, we're just gonna tell y'all how it was.
How it was, like how it really was, you know. Because we have our backstory is big, but basically that's how we first met. And when we first met, being that we were with other people, we were just friends. So it wasn't on any type of sneak tip or trying to whatever. We were just cool. We were just friends with, and I think that's kind of why our relationship is the way that it is.
Yeah.
Because we were friends first.
Yeah.
And I would tell her all my stuff.
Yep. She was 100% honest.
Yeah, man. And that's what love kind of just started, and it was a little scary.
Yeah, it was organic and it was scary, and it came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
It was, I'm the one who noticed it first, or I believe I noticed it first, and I told her, and it was scary for me to tell somebody else that I was in love with them. But I told her, and it was, when I realized it well before I told her. But it was very, very scary because we were honestly just the best of friends. We used to watch America's Next Top Model together. And so, you know, over those conversations of us just chilling and hanging out,
playing cards,
just being actual friends, that relationship blossomed into what you see today. And I had the children, of course, before. So I had the 4 oldest children before. Our baby girl, she was a baby.
She was in the womb. Like, Misha was the most prettiest, pregnantest person. Like, when I tell you she was like over pregnant. Like, she was this little body with this big old tummy. And she used to get so mad at me because everywhere I would, and I'm always been energetic. I'm still pretty energetic now. I don't sit still, so I would always move around, and wherever I move, Zizi would move, and it's so funny. So if I move my hands, Ziana whole body would flip, and her little foot would stick out Misha's tummy. So one day Misha grabbed me and was like, "Yo, sit still so this little girl can sit still." I thought it was hilarious.
From that day, you know, Ziana has always been our child. Truthfully, all of the kids are our child. We're the only things that they have ever known or that they can remember. But when we first got together, it was a little bit of a struggle because we had different parenting styles. We still do have different parenting styles. I am not the disciplinarian where it is, but actually, I tell people this all the time, and we told our children this before they became teenagers. I have all the patience and tolerance in the world for babies. But once you become a teenager, I expect more out of you. I expect you to know. And the things that I taught you when you were a child, I expect you to put those things into place. So when our kids became teenagers,
things kind of flipped.
We tried to warn them quite frequently.
Because I like teenagers. It was the weirdest thing. Little kids, I mean, I guess I'm such like an analytical thinker, and little kids can't get certain concepts.
Yes.
So I love little kids. Like, oh, you're so cute. But like, rearing them, that it's harder for me. So I'm the oddball. I love teenagers. I think teenagers are great. I can relate. I can not relate, but like they have more understanding of concepts in the world. I feel like I can give them more than, like little kids. Like I don't do homework. I can't do little kid homework. Like, first off, let's go back though to babiness. Forget the teenager. Let's go back to baby. Let's go back to Ziana, okay? As a baby. All right. So Zizi was hilarious because she would always make me do stuff that she wouldn't make nobody else do, but I had to do it. Like, she would make me play Simon Says, but like, it's not even that. Like, feeding her was like
it was a chore.
Was a marathon for me, man. She always wanted to bob and weave and move all around, and then Misha comes over and she just sits there. That issue was not fair. I just don't think that was fair. But I think it's funny because people look at us now and they look at the kids, and people ask questions like, who are they or whatever, and we don't really say, we like, they're ours, and we keep it moving. And one of the things that I've seen lately is this my kids, your kids BS.
That's never been us.
That's never been us. I don't condone it personally. When people like, well, if this person has this daddy and this mama and this whatever, the children was never hers. They've always been ours. When we got together and we made a conscious effort of we were going to be dating, I knew that I was dating a woman with children. And that meant to me that I wasn't dating her. It came to be, it's a full package. And we were very young. I had been out of college that long. And we were in our 20s, like early 20s, like 22 and 23 or something like that. 23 and 24. So I knew that at that age that if I was going to be with her, then that was a package deal. And it wasn't just, I just want her attention and it's just me. It was her and them stink pots. So from the beginning, they were mine. And it was the craziest thing because even when we were like 3 or 4 months old in our relationship, she could have left that day, but those babies were always going to be mine. And that's just kind of how I cultivated the relationship. I never looked at them as, we don't use the word step parent or stepchildren in our household. No. We always were a unit. We are so not the norm.
We function as a family, whereas, and I guess a little bit of what you were saying before is regarding other people is that they function as two separate families or two separate entities in a home, and that's not how we do. You know, we are the Guyton household, so it is all of us or none of us.
Our kids look at our youngest son, Scoot, and they just look at him and shake their heads because, of course, we're different parents today, old, than we were when they were younger. I mean, the stuff that that boy gets away with everything. And, you know, Simeon couldn't get away with absolutely anything.
Whit expects so much more out of the people that she is closest to than she does from a stranger on the street.
Yeah, forget that. No, I like strangers. Hi, strangers.
Those of us who are in her inner circle or who are surrounded by her on a daily basis in any type of way, we don't have the same luxuries as, let's say, her consumers. We don't have the opportunities to mess up.
That's true. That's a true statement.
And so for Simeon, her and Simeon are the most alike in the house. So on top of them being the most alike, she knows his brilliance and she pushes that out of him, much to his dismay and much to the dismay of whoever is in the room, because those conversations usually turn into one-on-one between the two of them, regardless of
why do you get so mad about that?
That is why we get so aggravated, because the two of them do that together. Wherever we are, we can be here in the kitchen table, we can be out in the middle of the mall.
Right.
She expects the most, and all I was trying to say is she expects the most out of those of us, and so she has always been extremely hard, but not hard. I don't want y'all to take it the wrong way. Extremely hard on Simeon because she knows what his potential is. Now that he's getting older, I think he respects that a little bit more. He still don't like it because he's 17. He's about to be 17 years old. So the teenagers, I don't care. You don't have to like this. But once you become an adult, you'll appreciate it. But that is how I feel like we have a happy medium, though she is more of the disciplinarian when it comes to Scoot now because he's 9. I'm the one, me and Imani are like, oh, Scoot, don't whip him, don't yell at him, you know. So we have the happy medium. I'm the more lenient person. She's the more disciplinarian, but then we can be, I think we have that touch of friend and
our kids like, all right.
I know they like us because the conversations that we have, kids who don't like their parents don't talk to their parents.
I think so like how my mom raised me, you know, my mom's crazy too, but me and my friends were able to talk to her, and we have a happy medium because I'm not my kid's friend. At the end of the day, they know that we're their parents, but they also know that they can confide in us, and we're going to tell them candidly. We don't sugarcoat stuff. We try to break it down for them to understand it. We allow them. We have given them over time, over the 15 years we've been together. We've given them times where they are able to vent and speak their own truths without being in trouble. But we've given them that space, that safe space, so that they can be who they need to be. And I think that's very important when you're rearing children, that to give them certain things and to guide them, but also allow them to be people, because they're people, you know. And that's one of the things that I had to explain to them about Scooter when Scooter was younger, because they were so much older than Scooter. They would, like, you know, do stuff to him, not to hurt him in any manner, but, you know, kind of make fun of it because he was a baby or how he said stuff or whatever. And I had to remind them, you know, he ain't a Cabbage Patch doll, right? You know, he's a whole person. But it's funny to watch the dynamic with Keon because, yeah, I can be a disciplinarian, but Simeon has really stepped up to be a great big brother to him, to guide him, because he sees so much of himself into Keon that he knows how to remedy how he was feeling at that age group, and he knows how he was feeling, and so he kind of understands Keon. So I kind of let Simeon handle a lot of that with Keon, because with certain things that would frustrate the flip out of me, Simeon has a little bit more, I want to say leniency, because he's very stern with him when it's time to be, but he understands.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel bad for Scooter because he has 5 parents. He has 5 parents because
Ziana's the hardest one.
All of his siblings are older than he is, and though they will play with him at times, Ziana is extremely strict. Imani is his third mother, and he that's who he goes to for his comfort, for his coddling. She will kiss and love on him all day long. Simeon is who he likes to go beat up with, and he can depend on Simeon to play with him and to take him where he needs to go, and just be that brother. And then there's Ziana, who will play with him, but she is also, Scooter can't get up from the table without throwing his plate in the garbage or cleaning off his seat, because Ziana is...
Yo, why, did you got maid service?
Yeah.
Boy, go get that. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. Each of them has so much of me, and they have so much of her. It's just kind of funny just to watch them, their facial expressions, or some of the things that they say. Like, Ziana has me down to a science, yo. I mean, my walk, how she carries herself, the things that she says, I'm just like, you look exactly like your mother, but you have all my characteristics. So it's just funny to watch. They're a perfect blend.
Yeah.
They are a perfect blend. I don't know how we did it.
No, I think we've done a good job.
We'll see.
We have 5.
Yeah,
4 out of 5.
And we got 1.
I guess that's a good record. We'll touch on the oldest in another episode, because that's a whole episode in itself.
And I think we're gonna have the kids in that episode. Yeah, we'll have the kids.
I think that episode is something that everybody needs to be a part of and to understand.
Right.
So we'll touch on that in another time.
Are you gonna drink your wine?
I am, but I'm not like you. I'm not.
Maybe if you drank your wine, you would be a little bit more calm. But you're kind of edgy.
I
last
am
2
calm.
days, you calm.
I am calm.
This is calm.
It is.
All right. Well,
I hope you guys learned a little bit about us, about how we blended our families.
How we flow. See, you got a tagline.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
How we flow.
How we flow.
This topic actually was one that we had already decided to do, but then one of our viewers asked us how we met, so we decided to tie that in. So please leave your comments, subscribe, turn on your notifications.
Hey, tell a friend, like, hey, you guys should tune into them. And if you want to be a part of future episodes, got some topics,
inbox us.
Or
you can
come
just
flow
email us at howweflow6, I believe, @gmail.com. I think that's our email address. I'll tag it in the description box for you guys. But until next week, we will see you guys later.
All right. How we flow.
Bond so tight, for you I'll fight. I always got your back, and that's no lie. And in the end, we care and we share family love until the end of time. This is how we flow. Oh, how we flow. How we flow.